Here's Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca with your Pinpoint Weather 12 forecast.
We'll get a detailed look at Florence in just a second, but the reason for the rough surf, some big waves and rip currents along the coastline right now, not directly due to Florence, but rather I got a gusty and persistent easterly wind right now. That combined with some swells offshore, causing some of the rough surf, and we can show you the pictures down in Narragansett one more time. And then these waves will only grow in size over the next several days, along with the increase in rip currents as Florence gets closer to the Carolina coastline. That wave energy will propagate hundreds of miles from the storm. So while we don't expect any land impacts here from Florence as far as rain and wind, certainly the ocean and the waves will be an issue. In the meantime, temps very cool once again. Readings now only in the low 60s, including 61 in Providence. So more showers for this evening, and even the rumble of thunder during the overnight. And we'll keep a chance of not just showers, but also some scattered thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon as well. Tracking Florence, again, no land impact here, but ocean issues. We'll get a closer look at that in just a second, as the waves will be on the increase. Now we're tracking a warm front off to our south. This red line represents the leading edge of warmer, more humid air that will arrive, but not until later tonight into tomorrow. As it approaches, scattered showers and thunderstorms will continue tonight, especially late at night, right on through tomorrow. 3 storms. You see Florence, this is Isaac and Helene. Both of these storms obviously not a concern to the coastal U.S. Helene expected to track back out into the Atlantic, and Isaac, while we'll watch it as it heads into the Caribbean, is not an East Coast threat. But certainly Florence, unfortunately, getting stronger. You can see kind of this buzzsaw-shaped appearance on the satellite photo. That kind of a structure, that kind of an imagery tells us it is a powerful hurricane that's intensified rapidly. And here's the latest from the Hurricane Center, with winds of 140 miles per hour, and really anywhere from South Carolina to the Virginias looks to get some major impacts from this storm. I mean, I would not hesitate to use the words dire and catastrophic. This is going to be a real serious situation for this part of the East Coast, from South North Carolina and into Virginia. And the problem, once the storm makes landfall, it will slow down, which means copious amounts of rain. And here's a more detailed look at where the center of the storm will approach. The red line represents the forecast from the National Hurricane Center. The yellow is the margin of error. Where exactly the eye makes landfall will dictate where the core of the strongest wind will occur. You can see the areas in purple in the eye of the storm. Where the eye makes landfall will dictate how the wind field plays out, who gets the damaging wind, and what we call the storm surge. In other words, the water being pushed along the coastline, causing coastal flooding, and then freshwater flooding due to copious amounts of rain. Because the storm will be slowing down, it's not out of the question to be measuring rainfall in feet, much like what happened with Harvey in Texas with the storm slowing down. In the meantime, the waves will be on the increase. You can see this wave energy approaching the Carolina coastline, but that wave energy does propagate to the north into southern New England. Even though the worst of the storm stays to our south, the waves do increase, and it will be a factor, especially come Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. In the meantime, scattered showers will continue this evening. Temps in the 60s. I think the best chance for thunder would be after midnight, and wouldn't rule out an isolated thunderstorm both tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. It's one of those keep the umbrella on standby. It feels more like summer. It's warmer and more humid. Temperatures in the upper 70s to around 80. We are mild and humid for Wednesday with a scattered shower or a thunderstorm. A little better on Thursday. Rest of the week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday looking okay with seasonable temperatures and daytime highs upper 70s to around 80. So the good news for southern New England, obviously, is that we don't get any land impacts, but the ocean will get angry, rough over the next several days. And, you know, looking at all this data, I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, and storms that come to mind, you know, Katrina, Harvey, Hugo. I mean, this is going to be a real big deal, unfortunately, for the Carolina coastline. Yeah, that's why they're already doing these evacuations and taking it so seriously. Yeah. All right, Tony, thanks.